Well, hello, you 20 people out there. It's been a long time since we had this many viewers. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. It's been a little while. I didn't say it's been a while because I don't want Jessica to stain quote me. But tonight we're going to be playing Liminal. What's going to be cool about this game, if you guys are unaware, it is very much like inspired by the Backrooms. If you're familiar with that creepypasta, I feel like everybody knows what it is by now. But I don't know what's going to happen. They don't know what's going to happen because this is a map-making game, RPG. So it's we're going to be creating the liminal space as we go. And everything is going to be completely randomly generated. They're going to roll the dice. We're going to figure it out. And yeah, that's the gist of it. They've never... Well, Jess has played this. Ryan and Ducky have not played it. So I will give you guys a brief overview. But before I begin, we got to thank some people as always. First and foremost, McGlintlock as always. We're not using his module, but we are using his add-on for Foundry, which is called Dungeon Draw. It's absolutely free. Go check it out. It's really cool. It allows you to draw maps on the fly inside Foundry. So if you don't have battle maps or anything like that, you can draw walls, vision, token vision, everything's in there. So go check him out at glumdark.com. He's got some sweet roll tables. Obviously, Carl Casey for the cool tunes. I felt like his work was appropriate, so we'll be listening to that tonight. And chat, let me know how the audio sounds, because sometimes it sounds better in my ear than it does live. But that's all I got. So are you guys ready to explore the back rooms here, the liminal spaces? Okay. Oh, first I should say, no character creation. If you guys double click on your tokens, you will notice that you have not much information there. So I'll bring it up so the stream can see. So the way this game works is you have fatigue. You start off with 1 fatigue. It's basically your hit points, essentially. You can see it's 1 out of 100. And so every time I ask you guys to add fatigue, you will go into your character sheet, you will add it, and the chat will see a cool little bar growing as you get closer and closer to becoming absorbed into the liminal space, because that is what happens. When you max out your fatigue, you're forever lost here. So the second thing is there's only 1 initiative roll. All of you guys will roll a d20. Whoever has the highest number will go first, and we just keep that order throughout the entire game. And the way the turn order works is the first person will say, want to explore one of these rooms. And then what happens is they choose which door, they go in, and they suffer a fatigue, which I'll get into the specifics around that. And then they're going to roll. Now, normally me being the architect, as described in the book, I'm supposed to roll for the rooms, but I think it'd be cool if you guys, the destiny is in your hands, essentially. So you guys are going to roll a D100. Then we will create the room together, and I will describe what lies inside. The other players get a chance to follow that player into the room, and they only suffer, I believe it's D6. Let me check the rules really quick here. But really this rule encourages you to stick together. You do not have to stick together. The 3 or 4 times I ran this already at home, they did not stick together quite often. So I don't want you guys to think
and everyone died.
And everyone died. Yeah. So normally when the active player decides to go into a room to explore a new room, you suffer 1d6 plus 6 fatigue. Okay, regardless. So you decide to go in a room because exploring these this endless maze is exhausting. Now the following player only suffers 1d6 fatigue if they decide to follow. However, if they stay behind and then explore a different room on their own, again, 1d6 plus 6. So that's pretty much the gist of it. Anytime you explore a room, like interact with it essentially. So if you go into a room and there's a desk or something, you're like, I want to go open the desk drawers, you will roll a fatigue test. And so when that happens, you roll a D100, and if it is higher, equal to or higher than whatever your fatigue is, you succeed. And nothing happens. If you fail, then an entity can appear. And those are pretty nasty beings that are also randomly generated in this game. So what else? What else? What else? You can carry items, but yeah, you can carry items, and then for every item you carry, within reason, obviously, you can't carry like, you don't have like unlimited item slots, because presumably you're just here with your clothes, no backpacks and stuff, unless maybe your backstory, if you want one, has a reason why you'd have one. Every item you carry adds 1 to fatigue every room you go into. So you can see how you have to be careful about managing your fatigue in this game. It's essentially when it gets to 100, you're dead while you're absorbed. And as you accrue, it's clearly more difficult to succeed. So that's pretty much the gist of it. There are also different kinds of rooms, which I guess I will just explain as we play. I think that's going to be the easiest way to do it. So, oh yeah, I forgot. You guys wanted to draw your own room, so I need to change something really quickly in the settings here in Foundry. Turn off token vision so you guys can see the grid. Can you guys all see the grid now? Yeah.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So oh yeah, you know what we should probably do? So I have just a placeholder names for you guys. Do you guys want to give your character a name, or do you want to just have your own name? I know we have Rod Serling, the famous man from the Twilight Zone in the Liminal Space. So with his twisted mind, maybe he's going to help people out. I don't know. So what do you guys want to do for names?
I could come up with creepy names. Let me just Google creepy name.
Well, you're a regular person.
Generator.
So for some reason, you guys have been trapped here. You don't know why.
Yep.
It's totally up to you however you want to be.
All right, name generator it is.
Name generator. Yeah. What about in the chat? Does the chat want to help out with some?
Chat want to name us? Let's see. A horror name generator.
I'll take a chat name.
Okay, Ducky will take a chat name. So,
Dio Hammond.
Dio Hammond. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So Ducky's going to be Dio Hammond. I guess maybe I'll just put Dio in there. I think that'll be. Well, actually, hang on. Let me.
Trash Travolta. Who's that?
Dio.
I'm not Trash Travolta. No.
Okay, we got Dio. Who else we got? Trash Travolta.
All the good ones start with D. Like Damien's a good one. What's up? Get all the D's in here. Double D's.
Usually want D.
I'll go with. I'm sorry. What did you just say?
What? Like D's.
Maybe I miss. Oh yeah. No, right? I thought you said you usually want the D, and I was like,
2D.
Ah, okay. So it's
Stop making me.
Wow. We're going to dark places tonight, everybody.
2 D's over here for Jess. I'll be Damien with an O on the second A.
Oh, we got a Dio and a Damien. Okay. All right.
Yeah. 2 D's. 2 D's. D's nuts.
All right, I'm gonna be Devin Mosley then.
Triple D's.
3 D's.
Triple D. Who are you gonna be, Jess?
Pretty much max out at 3 D's for most people.
Devin Mosley.
Devin Mosley. Okay. Well, thank you, chat. Wow. Thank you for the names. Okay, Devin.
Drow has a D's emoji.
Of course he does.
Pretty good.
Okay. I think we're set to go. All right. So you guys, you find yourself in a small room. It's a small, plain yellow wallpapered room. Very reminiscent. I'm sure you guys have seen it's kind of like behind Jess's head right here. There's only a single flickering light panel above you. A dirty stained dark brown carpet. There's absolutely nothing else in this room except a light switch on the north wall. Oh, I need to change your names on the overlay. So you guys all need to roll me a d20, and let's see who begins.
Change that dice.
Dio.
All right, you guys should be named. Yeah, there we go. Sweet. All right, you guys are named. All right, what do we get for rolls here? We got a 20 for Dio, 12 for Devin. Okay, so Dio, you are first. What would you like to do as you stand in this creepy wallpapered room with a flickering light? There's 4 doors you can choose from.
Do all the doors look similar?
Yes.
I'm gonna go south.
Okay. So what I need you to do is roll me a D100, please. Okay, 57. Sorry, I'm gonna have to check out tables, so this will be a little slower than normal. It's not like I have this prepped. Okay, this is going to be an 8x8 room, Dio. So I will instruct you on the magic of Dungeon Draft here. So there's a little icon on the left side. It looks like a dungeon entrance. You see it on the toolbar?
Yeah.
So click that, and then make sure it's set to add up top. There's an add and remove button. Make sure it's on add.
Okay.
Now you can use the drawing tools however you'd like. So the first one's obviously drawing a square. The second one is polygonal, so you can actually click, you know, grid by grid. So however you want to do it. And typically when you're drawing a room, ideally you want these doors to be at the center of the wall. So most likely you draw, you know, a centered 8x8 room. Does that make sense? So it's going to hang off, like how many is 3? So like 3 on one side, 2 on the other.
Okay.
But yeah, if you just drag that out, I will let you know what you see.
Is that a... There... Oh, infinite scroll. Oh god.
Uh-oh, what happened?
It scrolled way too far.
Yeah, I made the grid really large because that was one issue we found. The cool thing about this game is when you're playing it, it says if you run out of graph paper on the paper you're on, add more graph paper. And then if you run out of just paper in general, you're absorbed. So it's kind of cool how the...
Says I lack permission.
Oh no, I thought I gave all of you guys permissions. Thought I made... Oh well. All right, sorry about that. I thought I took care of that. I will draw your room for you. So let's see here. We got 1, 2. I can count. Did I get enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. All right.
You turn off the background light now too, if we're not going to be able to see the grid.
What?
But you can turn off the background too if we can't draw our own rooms. So
I want to see if you guys can, because I could have sworn I made you guys all quote unquote trusted players. I know that's what McGlinlock told me we needed to do, but yeah, I'll do that if it doesn't work out. So you can click on the door, Dio, and you can walk into the room. But the second thing we got to do is we got to roll for how many doors this room has. So the second thing I need you to roll for me is a D4.
Ooh, okay.
3. Okay. It's going to have 3 doors. So I guess 2 more. So I'll do that since you don't have permission.
It says that my token movement collides with at least one wall.
Oh man. Okay, I'll move you in here then.
Sweet. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay. So Dio steps into this room. Does anybody want to follow Dio? You do. Okay, so Dio, the first thing I need you to do for me is roll a 1d6 as well. This is how much fatigue you're going to suffer. So you're going to suffer 7 fatigue total. So it's 1d6 plus 6. So just make note of that on your in your character sheet, and you should start seeing your little health bar creep up. There it goes. And Devin, you would like to follow? Dia?
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you following Damien? He goes.
No.
He crosses
like,
his arms.
nah.
Fuck no.
Nah, fuck you guys. And I just like storm out the door in the back. Let's kick this off right. No, yeah, I'm gonna follow at least for now.
Okay.
Wait,
so
what, I roll a d6?
everybody who follows roll a d6, and that's how much fatigue you're going to suffer.
Ew. Okay.
Ooh, yikes.
Rough,
6.
but okay.
Oh my god.
That's ill.
This is not off to a good start, everybody. You guys are already feeling the pressure of the back rooms. So, one other thing I'd like to mention too is I can give you guys back fatigue. So if you do anything cool roleplay wise, for instance, or maybe use an item in an interesting way, or interact with the environment, do cool shit basically, I can reward you fatigue, and that's up to me, like whatever it is. But just so you know. Okay, so you walk into this room. It's a very wide open space, Dio. That's what you see. There's arches and pillars filling the entire room in a uniform manner. And every piece of the room is made of solid marble, though some of the pillars have been smashed by something very large. The center of the room has a dried up Greek fountain featuring several broken statues of gods. In the bottom of the fountain, if you would like to look, you can kind of see it just barely from here. It's a thick sludge.
What color is the sludge?
Black.
I'm gonna approach it.
Rot. Is it rot black?
Is it rot black? And maybe what I should do too, do you, really quick, Dio, do you have drawing permissions if you go click on the pencil on the side?
Yes, maybe.
Oh, cool. So what we can do is we can build this. These are my awesome even pillars here. Oh my god, I'll move them after. Yeah, so if you guys want to construct, make notes, make markings on the map, whatever you want to do, let me know if you don't have access though.
You have to let us in, I think.
Oh, you got blocked? Yeah. McGlintlock, if you're in the chat, I did notice that, where for some reason I make a door and then they can't walk through. I don't know what that's about, but... Okay, so you approach and you do see this sludge, this thick black sludge. But as you get closer, you look and you can see through it actually. It's not like tar or anything like that. There's several shiny coins at the bottom. Can't quite make out what's on the coins though. The water's kind of refracting their imagery.
Hey Damien, you should reach in and grab one of those coins.
Absolutely not.
Well, yeah, so you because you are the active player right now, Dio, you get to either interact or end your turn. So it's up to you. And then after that, they get to go. So you can say, I'm just going to stand here and look at these coins, or I'm going to, like you said, I'm going to tell, hey, you guys, why don't you get the coin? Just let me know when your turn's over and we can move to the next person.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna stand over the coins and just kind of watch them.
Okay.
My turn.
Are you gonna stand or get closer down to get a closer look, or are you just kind of keeping a safe distance in case something pops out of it?
I'll walk right up to it and like kneel down.
Okay. So as you kneel down, you notice that actually, never mind. I read this wrong. Sorry. So the coins are coins. These statues, you find that their faces are marked off, cleaved off, actually. So, like I said, in the pillars, you see all kinds of cracks and chunks taken out of this, and then also the faces of the gods have been cleaved. Okay, so you're gonna hang out there. Who was next? Was it Devin? In the turn order?
Yeah.
Okay, so if he's done, what would you like to do as he's kind of kneeling down looking at these coins in this pool?
I think I'm going to head towards this door.
Okay, so you're going to just check into your room?
Yeah.
Without doing anything? Okay.
Yep.
All right, well, why don't you click open the door and roll me a D100, please.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm going to make... One moment, let me make note of this.
33.
In case you guys do come back. 33, okay, give me 1 second here. Alright, that is saved. Do you guys have access to this if I drop this down here?
What is it?
There's like a little note. Can you see that? No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Alright, so 33. Let us see where you go. Alright, this is going to be a 4x4 room. Do you have permissions to use Dungeon Draw? I'm curious.
Right. No.
Damn. Alright, I'll draw it for you really quick then. Four by four. Okay. And I'll kick you in there because I guess you can't. Oh yeah, how many doors is this? 4 doors. Okay. Let's add 4 doors here. Okay, did you roll your fatigue test? Or not your test, but your 1d6 plus 6?
11.
Oh, dang, this is going to be a short game. You guys are not
Did
going
you
to
hear
last
that?
there. What? No, what was that?
Nothing. The Google Home
Oh, Google Home.
randomly responded.
Okay, so
Getting creepy already.
it is. Devin, as you enter this room, it's an illustrious study. There's an oak desk sitting at one end. And you see a notepad and a fountain pen also sitting atop it. And the walls are lined with mounted animal heads, except for one, which is a hole. So that is what you see.
So there's just like a hole on the wall where there should be an animal head, probably.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it seems like.
Okay. Did they follow me?
Oh yeah, are you guys going to follow?
I will follow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys each suffer D6 fatigue.
You can go through the door.
Oh yeah. Oh, you did.
You did?
Oh, nice. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, it's easier if you just like click through it instead of trying to drag across it. I think maybe it just has to be in like a direct line or something.
Mm.
All right, D6 roll. God. Oh no, that's good.
Good.
Yay. Oh no.
So I want to maybe check out that you said there's a piece of paper and a pen.
Mm-hmm.
Can I check it out and see if there's like any text on it?
Yeah, you walk over, and it is completely blank. But you notice something though in the dim light in here, that it looks as if it's hard to make out, but there's some kind of depression on the paper, as if somebody had the first page torn off, wrote something on that, and then there's the impression on the page below it, but it's too faint to actually make out what it is.
Huh. So somebody's been here. I am going to write Damien's name on it.
Oh. Okay. Hell yeah.
Wait.
Damien was here.
Wait. There's a depression. There's a depression on the paper that like someone wrote above it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a pin on the table.
I guess I could like do a little relief. Okay. And then I'll do that, and then I'll write Damien was here at the bottom.
Okay, so when you interact with a room, I need you to roll me a fatigue test.
Okay. And that's
should be easy to pass at this
right?
point in the game. It's a D100, yes. So if you roll your fatigue or higher, you succeed.
I succeed.
Okay, you're good. So what are you going to do? You're going to try to reveal it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you do that, and strangely enough, it reads, Damien was here. Exactly what you were going to write on it.
Oh. Interesting. I'm gonna be like, you've been here?
Maybe, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay, so that would bring us to Damien. So again, you're in this room. It's a very illustrious study. There's this this desk where Devin is at. I guess I could draw a little desk or something. Maybe the desk is over there. And like I said, there's animal heads mounted to the wall. All the walls except there's one spot where there is not an animal head, but where that animal head should be is a hole.
I want to look in the hole.
All right, you look in the hole, and it's a identical copy, almost a mirror image of this study. However, instead of animal heads on the wall, there are human heads on the wall.
Do I recognize the human heads?
No, you don't. They're all strangers to you.
So this is a bit odd. There's human heads on the wall in there.
But then as you keep looking at these heads, they start to smile, but just with their mouths, not with their eyes.
Ugh. Nope.
I'm gonna call out to them. Like,
okay.
Hey!
No response.
Are they just like glassy-eyed looking forward?
Yeah, glassy-eyed, exactly. Almost as if they're not real eyes, but they're, once they kill the animal, so to speak, and they put the fake eyes inside, so they don't even look like they're real eyes.
And which wall has the hole that I'm looking at?
Let's say it's this one over here. Let me mark it.
I'm gonna open. Are we free to do stuff right now?
Yeah. So it's your turn. So you can choose to explore a room. You can choose to stay here. Whatever you want to do.
I'm gonna explore this room.
Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I can turn the token vision back on. Oops. So it's dark. Okay, why don't you roll me a D100 and let's see how big this room is.
Damien, do you think that because there's a hole in this wall, that when you open this door, it will lead you into the room with all the faces?
I don't think.
Okay, just making sure.
But I gotta check, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm hoping that we'll see a face room, and if we don't, then that is a very weird hole that goes to nowhere.
Yes.
Ooh, so close.
86. Oh, 68. Okay. All right, let's see. This is going to be a 6x6 room. So I will jam it right up against the side of this one. There we go. And what I need you to do next is roll me how many doors this room has. So it's going to be a D4. 4.
4 doors.
4 doors. Lots of possibilities. Oh, wait. You rolled a 4. Hang on. That's not 4 doors. I think that's a dead room.
I rolled a 4.
Oh, shit. All right. We'll pretend. Yeah. So a dead room, no doors. So we'll pretend I fucked up, guys. Sorry. So, but we wouldn't have the cool, creepy room. This room has no doors. However,
Aside from the one.
Yeah. What you do see, actually, let me put a light in here. All right. This is actually a doctor's waiting room. At least it appears to be. The wallpaper is mint green, and there's plastic chairs with a small side table covered in old magazines from the 50s. And no doors whatsoever. So you got a waiting room. You got some plastic chairs. You got some old magazines.
So I rolled my fatigue. I got a 1. And and I went into the next room.
So 1d6. So it's 1d6 plus 6. So you'd get a 7 if you rolled a 1. And is everybody else going to follow?
Can I peek in and see if there's any doors?
You have to decide if you're gonna.
there?
You're gonna have to decide. Yeah, I would say. I mean, screw it. I'll have you. Yeah, you can ask if you don't want to suffer your fatigue.
I mean, if we're just gonna turn around and come back into this room,
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to risk it. I think I'll just stand at the edge here.
Okay.
Here.
What about you, Dio? Are you following or are you hanging back?
I'll hang back.
Okay. So Damien, it is up to you. Obviously, you got, like I said, you guys can take items with you if you'd like, as long as you can carry them. Would you like to do anything in this empty doctor's waiting room with plastic chairs and little end table?
No one's coming in with me.
Doesn't appear to be.
You said there was a magazine in here?
Yeah, there's a bunch of magazines on an end table near the plastic chairs. So let me just
and then
draw this.
No smiling heads.
No smiling heads. Yeah, this is a doctor's waiting room, doctor's office. So let me draw, let's say there's some chairs. Can I copy this? There we go. But yeah, it's odd because it's a waiting room, but there's no other door in here. And we'll say let's say the table is, actually, let's say this is the end table right here with the magazines on it.
So, can I flip through the magazines?
Yeah. So when you pick up a magazine, what I want you to do is roll me a fatigue test. So every time you guys interact with the room, you got to roll a test. It's going to be a D100. It's a D100.
Oh.
And then you just have to meet or exceed your current fatigue. 93. Awesome. You did. Okay. So you pick up these magazines, you start flipping through them, and every single page has, it's almost like spreads. Every spread are photographs. And these photographs depict this study that you saw through the hole, or the one you just visited. All of the heads are around it, but all of the heads are your head.
Like every time I flip the page, it's just my head mounted on a wall.
Yeah.
Can I? We just can carry a like whatever seems reasonable amount of stuff.
Exactly. I mean, you could
All right,
carry
well,
a chair out here if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. Could I? Ooh. All right. How many
Ooh, a
magazines? So all
chair.
the magazines are the same thing?
Yeah, every time you pick it up, it's just you over and over and over again. Your head mounted
Okay.
on the wall.
I would like to roll one up and stick one in my back pocket, and I
Okay.
want to take a couple of them with me.
Okay.
And can I go back out of this room?
Yeah. I'll say you end.
Right.
That's gonna end your turn once you interact and make your action. So,
Okay.
then we're back to the top with Dio. So you see Damien walk back. He's got a magazine in his back pocket. I'm guessing you're holding the other two magazines in your hands.
Yeah, I took a couple. Yeah, like
Okay.
I want to show them, but I have something else in mind too.
Oh, okay.
What was this? Was a desk in this room?
Yes. So it's a very illustrious study, and there's a desk over here, and then I don't think Devin took there's a notepad and a pen, a fountain pen, on the desk.
So if I take the notepad and the pen, am I able to go into another room as well, or does that count as my?
No. I would say you can do that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the notepad and pen because that might be useful.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to the room up north.
All right. So roll me a D100. So you got 90.
Yeah.
High numbers, dang. Okay, let's see what 90 is. So 90 is going to be another 4x4, so I will draw that really quickly here. Bam. And roll me a D4 to see how many doors are in it.
2.
2, okay. I'm going to make note really quick of what the hell is in this room. Okay. Oops. All right, so let's make 2 doors. Where do you want it to be? Do you want it to be one up here and then one to the right or the left?
One to the right.
All right. Actually, you know what's funny is I don't know if when it has 2 doors, does that mean you add 2 doors, or does that mean it only has 2 doors?
Opening the
Meaning,
door. Oh, that's a good question.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I think personally, and we
It's
could check the
adding.
book,
I would say it's adding doors, right?
I would say, yeah, it's
Yeah.
adding 2 because that's how you get a dead room.
Exactly.
You can't have 5.
Okay, so Dio, as you walk into this room, it's probably pitch dark for you. Let's see here. Okay, this appears to be some kind of sound room. This entire wall in the back, let me draw it for you. Or on this, I'll just put it on the side because that would make the most sense. So this entire wall right here is made of speakers. And you hear a very faint humming sound coming from the speakers. And what I need you to do... Oh, did you roll your fatigue, your 1d6 plus?
I did not.
Okay.
4.
Okay, so 10 fatigue. Is anybody going to follow him in?
There's doors in there, right?
Maybe.
This is going to be... It's going to be Devin's strategy.
Yeah, you're gonna have
There's
a strat,
there's
okay.
doors in there, right?
Yeah, I'll follow.
Okay, so roll me a d6.
Oops. Oops.
So, what about you, Mr. Damien? Are you going to choose to follow or hang back?
What I would like to do
Okay. Yeah, what do you want to do?
is tear out some magazine pages,
Okay.
roll them up into a ball, and throw them through the hole at the heads.
Okay. So, are you going to? So, you know, it's a decent sized room. It's like a copy of this room. So, you're going to try to like toss it across the room, or just try to hit one maybe on the inside wall, like stick your arm through, or do you not want to stick your arm through?
So, how big is the hole?
I'll say it's like, I don't know, maybe 1.5 to 2 feet in diameter, maybe.
And how big is the room?
The room
It's not a
is
big room. Yeah.
No, I mean I guess I don't really know how big this room is. 4x4. I guess it's like if we go with like standard 5 feet, 20 by 20. So
I mean, I want to try to not stick my arm through and chuck it at the closest one I can see. Just Kobe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I got magazines worth. I can just be like chucking till I hit it.
Okay. What I want you to do then is roll me a fatigue test as you try to pitch this as hard as you can.
Well, oh my god.
Did you succeed? No, you have 23.
No, I failed. I failed.
Okay. So now what happens is an entity shows up. So I need you to roll me a D100. And we will see what kind of entity shows up here. 70. 70. But what I'm going to do though, is I'm going to also give you, roll me a D8. And that's how much fatigue you're going to get back.
Oh, why do I get fatigue back?
I don't know, because you had a creative use of, you're doing something.
Because you're giving it's not because I earned it by
you earned
summoning an entity.
Right, exactly.
Right. So I got one.
Okay.
Dope. All right.
1. I know, only 1. Okay. So this creature appears, a flatwoods. What the hell is a flatwoods creature? I don't even know.
Flatwoods monster? Okay.
Yeah, a monster appears. It
I'm
actually.
getting my MetaZoo cards.
Yeah, it actually appears in the room where you threw this thing. So you toss it in there, and it appears in the center of the room, and your crumpled up magazine page bounces off its chest, and it begins to rush toward you, crawling through this hole. And I need you to make another fatigue test.
71.
Okay, you succeeded this one. Okay. So it's chasing you. It's crawling through this hole. It's ripping the hole even larger in the wall. What would you like to do?
Outrun. I'm gonna run.
Okay.
I'm gonna run through the next room and try to shut the door.
Okay. So yeah, you make it.
Just barrel through Devin here.
Yeah, you make it. So you make
Does
it
he
into
have
this
to
room.
take damage though?
Huh? No. He succeeded his fatigue test.
But going through the door.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. So a D6.
Oh, I take the normal stress.
Yeah, I'll just say normal. Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. Man, the +6 is really gonna.
It is.
It really hurts.
It is. It does for sure. I know. I don't think these games last very long, but we'll see where it goes. Okay, so you rush into this room. You slam the door behind you. You guys both see this, Damien and Dio. Everything goes quiet though, so you don't hear anything behind you, Damien, any longer.
Yeah.
Except there's a very faint hum from the speaker wall to the left.
What was that about?
out of breath. Like obviously, like I'm. There's there's a monster in the right through the wall. I was throwing the. Oh yeah, look at this magazine. I'm in it.
Oh, you're famous.
Do we
No,
is his
like
face in it when we
it's-
look in it?
It's just my head. Why am I on all of the paper?
So you show who's looking at the magazine? Are you just holding it up for both of them?
Yeah.
Okay, so you hold it up, and Dio, you see yourself, and
Oh, I'm
Devin, you
famous.
see yourself. All of your heads on the wall. You do not see, as Damien describes, his head on the wall.
That's a weird joke.
I'm not. I'm not joking. I don't understand.
I see my head on the wall.
You
You-
do.
That clearly the picture of me. You see you.
Yeah, that's me.
And then what about you, Dio?
I see me. What if we both look at it at the same time?
Let's both hold it like Freaky
Let's
Friday.
all-
All right, triple D's. Grab the
Triple
magazine
Ds?
together.
Oh,
We
yes.
each hold it from a different
Yeah.
side.
And what do you see when we're all holding it? What do we see?
Okay, so you all hold it, and
Mhm.
the face changes. It changes into one of the faces you saw in the room. And it's still smiling, and its mouth starts to open slowly, like in a big gaping smile, and you see sharp teeth. And all of a sudden, this long tongue shoots out of it at you, coming through the paper
No.
right at you. So,
What was it?
what? he still has it. So what are you gonna do anything?
Yeah, I mean, I would just let go.
Okay. So you let go of this magazine, and it falls to the ground, and it starts to recede by the edges start to get, it almost looks like a bunch of tiny worms nibbling a leaf, but they're slowly eating away at this magazine until it's gone, completely gone.
Hate it.
Yeah, no, I don't like any of this.
So you said there's a monster in the next room.
Yeah. So, oh yeah. Hey. So, also, so I was trying to throw torn up pieces of the magazine at some of the heads in there, and when I threw one, a monster disappeared and crawled through the hole. And then I ran into here, and I guess it's not chasing me because I don't hear it banging on the door. But we should probably not go that way
Yeah, I'll draw
again.
Right.
Yeah.
draw a little angry face. There's a monster. Okay, so yeah, you guys are all in this room, and yeah, you were just barreling across this study, through this door open, slammed it closed behind you, and then it's the silence is almost, it's almost just claustrophobic. You're like, you can hear yourself breathing, your heartbeat, the blood pumping in your head, but then your kind of ear starts to buzz a little bit, and you notice again this subtle humming sound is coming from this this wall of speakers over here, audio speakers from floor to ceiling, and there is 2 other doors as well.
And Dio can decide what he wants to do, right? It's still kind of his turn.
Yeah. Oh, one other thing I'd like to mention too, I forgot to mention, you guys, you once per room you can rest, which will give you I believe it's 1d6 back. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't know if you want to do it now, but just so you know, and you can only do it once, and so I will mark the room once you rest in there, so we know you can't do it again.
With this wall of speakers, is there like any interface or anything that looks like it would control them at all?
No, they're like, the strange thing about these speakers, like I said, they're from floor to ceiling, wall to wall. And it looks like this room was custom built for these things. Or the speakers were custom built for the room because they are just all the way to the edge. There's no gaps. There's no interface. There's no wires that you can see. Nothing like that.
I'm gonna get closer to the speakers, put my ear up to them, and see if I can hear anything past the hum.
Yeah, so as you listen, as you approach these speakers, actually, it gets extremely loud. And what I need you to do is roll me a fatigue test. Like, you take 2 steps toward these things, and it's just like a screwdriver in your ear.
82.
82, you succeed. Okay. So does anything happen if you succeed? I don't think so. No, you're good. Okay, so you manage to stagger back and overcome the terrible, terrible sound coming from these speakers.
So as I stagger back, does the sound get like lower?
Yes.
Oh.
So it seems to be the closer you get, the dramatically, it's a very drastic increase in volume.
I'm just gonna wait over here and just kind of scrub out my ears because that was loud.
Okay. What'd you say, Jessica? Don't you have infinite rests in restrooms? Yes. So
Well, Master Potato asked if, or he said, or she said, I thought that they could only rest in restrooms.
no, there is a rule. I can't remember. Let me try to find it really quick. But yeah, you can rest in a room once. You can infinitely rest in a restroom, which you guys have not encountered yet. So those are kind of like safe spots for you, and you can just sit there and recover your fatigue as much as you can. Let's see. And there's also no entities in the restrooms, of course.
And you can't rest in an entity room.
Correct. Yeah. So once
right?
there's an entity in there, it's like, yeah, it's off limits for any kind of resting.
Okay.
I swear it's a rule. I can't find it right now, but let's go with it. Let's go with it. Let's go with it.
Respite. Consuming food or resting lowers fatigue by 1d8, which players can only perform once per room,
There you
which
go.
cannot be hostile or contain an entity except for rest rooms.
There we go. So
Eight,
that's
7.
it. Respite. Thank you.
The old Control F.
Nice.
Mhm.
Okay, so you guys are hanging out in this room of speakers. You saw Dio stagger back. He hands to his head, just looked like he was in incredible pain, but he kind of shook it off as he staggered back to where he is now. I forget whose turn it is. It's still Dio's, right? But that was pretty much your action.
Yeah, that was the end of my turn.
Okay. So next up is Devin, I guess.
Yeah.
What would you like to do, Devin?
I'm not going to approach the speakers. I'm going to rest. I'm going to try
Okay.
a little rest in here,
Okay.
which is, you said D6?
D8, I think, right?
Oh, D.
Yeah, D8.
Better.
So I will make note. So I made note that Devin rested. Does anybody else want to rest? Or I guess you need to explore a room first. I'll let you guys, screw it. I'll let you guys, if you guys want to rest. It's up to you.
I don't know if that's a rule.
Yeah, I think that was the most confusing
Rest
thing
on
to
your
me is sort
turn.
of like there's definitely a turn order, but I don't know. Anyway, let's just say you guys can Damien and Dio, if you'd like to also rest while she's resting, I'll let that. And then she can explore the room after that.
Okay.
Yeah, it just says as long as the room isn't hostile or doesn't have an entity, then you can rest in it.
Okay. So is everybody going to do it?
Yeah, I mean, I might as well. If we're all resting, I might as well take a breather with
this
everybody
is
else.
off limits.
It's just a flat D8, right? No bonuses.
Correct.
I
Okay, so then Devin, you're up. Would you like to explore a room? A new room.
Yes.
Okay.
Would.
Which one?
Two
choices.
Let's go this one.
Which one?
East.
East. Okay.
Oh, I'm trying to move Damien.
East. All right. Roll me
easy.
a D100, please. Three. Interesting. I don't know if we've ever rolled something that low.
No.
Ever. Okay. 3, 3, 3. Okay, this is going to be a 3x4 room. So let me draw it. So since this is already 4, I'll do 3. Oops. Okay. Why don't you roll?
3 doors.
3 doors.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 added doors.
Oops. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Is anybody else going to follow her inside? Oh, you need to. Did you roll your D6 plus 6?
No. Let me go inside and do that. Okay.
Okay. Anybody else following her inside?
I'll follow.
All right. So that'll be a D6 fatigue.
Yeah, I'll follow her in too.
Okay, so first and foremost, Devin, you enter. Let me put a light in here so you guys can see. All right, this, you're very taken aback when you walk in this room, but not so much by fear, by nostalgia, because this room looks exactly like your childhood room. So why don't you tell us, what did little Devin's childhood room look like?
Man. It had a bunk bed in the corner and a closet on the left and a little desk at the bottom left corner.
Okay.
And there were some NSYNC posters.
Of course.
Spice Girl posters. And Britney Spears.
Any windows in this room?
Yeah, 2 windows. One behind the bunk bed, which is weird. And one on this north wall.
Okay. So, from where you're standing, are you kind of standing in the middle of the room?
Yeah.
Okay. So you can see these windows. There are no drapes or anything on the window, no blinds or anything, so you can see right out. But what you see out there is just infinite black, almost as if the other side of the window is painted in black paint. But they're closed.
This is weird, but this looks just like my childhood bedroom.
So as she says this, Damien and Dio, you disagree. You disagree because it looks just like your childhood bedrooms too.
This old trick.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. So I guess we'll start with Dio or Damien. Who wants to go first? I want to hear. We got to hear what kind of rooms you had as children.
Go for it, Damien.
Yeah. I mean, I think mine was very similar. Realistically, I had a bunk bed in the top left, but they were like this, not like this. You know what I mean? And then there was like a dresser up inside that space. Not a dresser, like almost kind of like a bookshelf, and it's like kept stuff inside there. There was a dresser in the top right of the room. There was a radiator. Does California have radiators? Is that a thing you guys had?
Not that I.
You guys know what I mean by a radiator?
Yeah, we know what a radiator is, though.
Like the heater on the wall?
Yeah, those that had like those like metal that ran
like
water
foil thing.
Yeah.
So the right side had a radiator. So there were 2 windows. There was one beside the bunk bed, and then there was one over the radiator, and then the door was in like the bottom, like left of the room going down. So you'd walk right into like the L-shaped bunk bed, and then dresser windows.
So these windows are very similar, exactly what I described to Devin. How completely black. All right, Dio.
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
I also did have a Britney Spears poster on the right wall.
Yes.
Yeah.
So there are some commonalities here. Maybe that is what brought you together in the back in the liminal spaces is Britney Spears.
Our love of Britney Spears.
Yeah, you're paying for the sins of your childhood right now. So Dio, what about you as you walk in here? Hey, thank you for the follow. Master Potato Man 931. Appreciate it.
So strangely enough, in the upper left-hand corner is my bed, but it's a blue race car bed.
Oh, okay.
Not a bunk bed. And next to that is a giant toy chest, kind of like almost the size of those like folding plastic tables that they use for like picnics and get-togethers. But it's almost as tall as me. I think it was like a chest used for like gardening and stuff like that, but threw all my toys in there. Above that is just the one giant window for the room. And then behind me on the same wall as the door, there's a closet, but there's like a lip, almost like a shelving system above the closet that was just always in shadow and scared the shit out of me as a kid.
I like that.
So I'm a little uncomfortable in here, but yeah, that's the room all right.
Okay. So you guys are standing in here. You're kind of padding around the room, walking around, getting a look and talking amongst yourselves and arguing as, you know, whose room it is, actually, because you're all seeing your individual childhood rooms. And you notice that as you're walking on the carpet, it feels kind of damp. And you notice that you look down and you see where you stepped is blood starting to pool up in the depressions where your feet were and start to slowly seep and connect. But you also hear something else, or you hear something. You hear a faint scratching coming from under the bed. Wherever your beds are located, each of you, that is where the scratching is coming from. It's becoming frantic. And technically, Devin, it's still your turn, but yeah, you guys can RP or whatever you want to do.
Yeah, but I can't go into another room, which would be my instinct at this point.
Yeah, fuck that. And I definitely move. My bed was in the top left, so I move. I'm getting against the far right wall.
Okay.
By the Britney Spears poster.
What about Devin and Dio?
It's kind of close to where my bed was, but I see he's getting close to the door, so I don't.
Okay.
Mine was in the same spot, so.
Okay. So yeah, you guys all huddle in the corner of this room. You see, again, everywhere you're stepping, blood starts to seep up into the carpet. And yeah, you just keep hearing that continual scratching. You don't see any movement though. The beds aren't moving, but you just hear it coming from under that area over there. And so since you're the active player, Devin, you get to interact with the room somehow if you'd like, or pass it on to the next player.
I think I'm gonna pass it on. I don't
Okay.
want to interact with this room.
All right.
You
so
don't want to roll going into the next room.
yeah, who's
Well, I
I
can't.
keep forgetting
So
the
they're both
initiative
going
order.
to
Who
this.
is next? Was it Damien or Dio?
I think it goes Dio, Damien. I think it's Dio, Devin, Damien, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then you're up, Damien, if you want to do anything. Explore a new room or
Yeah. I want to get out of this room.
Okay.
For sure.
Where do you wanna go?
I'm gonna go through this room
one
right here.
Okay, so roll
Yeah.
me a D100. Please.
Do I take D6? Oh, because you have to.
Well,
crit,
yeah,
right?
I mean, you can roll that too. That's fine because you have to suffer that anyway.
14.
14.
Yeah, and then I'll roll my
low number. Okay,
Come on,
14.
low number. Piece of shit.
This is gonna
My
be a
fatigue
5.
is getting pretty high.
Yeah.
I need to stop going in rooms.
You could have rested in that last room too, though.
We can rest. We did. I did.
You rested in the previous room. You didn't rest in the creepy kid room.
Well, new room
But you
already.
can rest in this room. This room we're going in.
So I need you also to roll me a D4 to see how many rooms we got in here. Okay.
Ooh, it's a dead room. Good
Dead
times.
room. So actually, I guess what I need to do then is delete this door because we had a little bit of a connection here. Oops. Oh, that's not what I want. There, that's what I want. Okay. So this room, is anybody going to follow Damien into this room?
No Devins.
There are new doors in there.
Yep.
All right.
Yep, totally.
Follow
All
him.
these doors.
You bastard.
Listen, we're all in this together.
Okay, you guys all step inside this light. It's kind of dark in there, so you can't quite make out anything. And you see first, obviously Damien entered first. He drops and you find yourself in a ball pit. The entire room is a ball pit. And the walls they look very padded from where you are. But you don't feel the bottom. You stopped because of all of the,
All the balls.
all the balls. But you don't feel like a ground, like a floor whatsoever.
A lot of balls in here, guys.
And
Can I?
go ahead.
No, is moving into the room my
No,
action?
no.
or do
You
I get
can
to interact
remember.
with the
Yeah,
rooms?
you can always move in a room and then interact with the room if you like.
Interact with the
yeah, as you
balls,
look
got it.
around, you see the words "party room" in giant, colorful block letters all over the walls.
Is this a restroom by chance?
It is not a restroom.
So when you walked
It would
through
be a
the
cool
door,
restroom though.
you drop down into a ball pit and then you're like, yeah, there's doors in here. And I believed you.
Yep, and you just were like, okay, and you just like walked in and fell in the ball pit too, and then
Cool.
Dio did as well. We're all I get the set. I kind of feel like we're all like backing into this room out of like the bloody room because of the scratching.
Okay.
So we're all just kind of like
That's
Yeah.
fair.
you know. And maybe I didn't quite hear what you said, and I was just like, yeah, sure. So can I do I feel comfortable enough to rest now that I like fell like back into this ball pit and just like can I take a deep breath and just go, all right, there's no scratching, there's no blood right now, like we're okay.
Yeah, I'll say so. It's it's quite comfortable. Yeah, you can take a rest. Oh,
You son of a bitch.
one. That sucks.
Dang.
I don't feel that rested.
Oh man, too
Maybe it's
bad.
all the balls.
I'll put a D, 1D for rested in here. What about, do you want to do anything? I guess I should ask Devin or Dio, do you want to rest while he's resting? Because it's going to take some time.
Yeah. I guess I will.
Okay. So all Triple D has rested in here.
All right. So yeah, because Dio's 1, Devin's 2, and Damien's 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's our order, right? Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, if that's all I see is a ball pit and then party room. What is it written in?
The lettering on the walls.
Yeah.
It looks like it's printed on there or something or painted.
Okay.
It's nice.
Not in,
it's
like,
nice.
Blood
It's
and
not-
sludge
no,
and
no.
stuff.
Yeah, it's not blood at all.
Please.
It's not made of bugs. It's made of D's, and that's what it is. It's printed on there in D's.
I said feces,
Yeah.
but yeah, could be
Oh.
already.
I thought you were making a D's nuts jokes in the ballroom. Yeah. Like what is D's? I can't think of what I would do. It's just a ball pit with stuff. There's no ledge. There's no nothing. There's no doors. There's literally nothing.
Yeah, there's no doors in here. Wall to wall balls.
Fuck. All right. I mean, I'm passing. I'm still gonna try to rest a little bit, and I can't. I really need to not be the one that enters doors for a little bit. If I know that every time I walk through the door, like a wave of fatigue goes over me, I'm not feeling great. I'll just say that.
Okay. All right, so then Dio, you're up. Because there's no doors in this room, I'd allow you to go back in the room and explore a new room if you'd like.
So what corner had the creepy scratching bed?
I guess you guys said your bed was like over here, right? Didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's over there.
I'm gonna basically stick to this wall and go in this
Check
room.
this door? Okay.
Yeah.
Roll me a D100, please.
$53.
53. Okay, let's see what we get here. This is going to be... Oh, interesting. So this is the first non-square room we've got, which is kind of cool. So this is going to be a T-shaped room. Also, do me a favor and roll how many doors is going to be here. 2. Okay. So I will draw this out for you. Where do you want the doors to be? Do you want it to be on the north and east? So you have north, east, and south.
North and south.
Okay. Here we are. Door north. Ooh, the south door is going to be tricky. Okay. So 53. All right. Okay, you walk inside, and this room is completely white. It appears as if it's covered with something that's been calcified. And there's a door to the north and a door to the south.
With the pen that I grabbed off of the desk, I'm gonna go ahead and write Damien was here on the wall.
Okay, well, actually, you're kind of, collecting yourself. You're still afraid of the scratches in your childhood bedroom, so you kind of, you don't pay a lot of attention. You just want to get the hell out of that room. But as you take a closer look around and you approach the wall, you notice that the walls are made of hundreds and hundreds of bodies that are just calcified together. They're all just frozen in like their death screams. Their mouths are wide open. They look like they're in excruciating pain.
So I'm not gonna write that on the wall.
Oh, and as you continue to look around, you'll notice that something in the center of the room, right at this area right here, it looks like something exploded. Something went off. So there's like a really blown out bright, it looks like something burned into the ground and went outward.
I'm gonna go check that out.
Okay. All right, you check it out, and yeah, it looks like something went off, a bomb, or, who knows what the hell went off in here, but it appears to have calcified all of these bodies, and they actually created this formation, this cross-shaped formation.
And is it like just bodies floor to ceiling?
Yeah.
Like they make up the walls?
Yeah.
Oh.
They're just almost completely fused together, so you didn't quite notice it right when you walked in, but then when you started looking closer, you could see. Yeah, it's just like this creepy sculpture almost of just people melded together.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy. So I'm gonna go down by the south door and end my turn there.
Okay, so Devin and Damien, are you gonna follow Dio into his new room?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just need you guys to roll me a d6 and add it up. Add your fatigue. Add it to your fatigue. Create a new entry here. All right, so I guess Devin is up next. You see exactly the same stuff that the Dio saw.
And are all the people like dressed in white or something? Oh, I guess they're calcified.
Yeah.
Are they clothed at all? Like, is our clothes calcified? Or are they all?
Yeah, I'll say, yeah, some of them it looks like, yeah, you can see hints of seams and where clothes might be, but again, they're just all very just melted together almost, yeah.
Maybe I'll find a butt cheek and write Damien was here. Damien was here.
Damien was here.
I am going to, I guess, go through this door.
To the south, okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, why don't you roll me a D100 and let's see what we get.
$46.
46, okay. And also do me a favor. Oh, cool. Wow, this actually works out perfectly. So this is an L-shaped corridor you guys discovered. Oh shit, that's not what. You make a wall there again. There we go. Okay, did you make all the rolls? Like how many doors and everything we have?
Yeah, 2 doors. Dang it, I should have rested first.
Two doors. Okay.
Yeah, and 11 fatigue.
I'm just gonna put these. Where do you want the doors? At the end of the hall, and then one somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the bottom, like the south, or.
Yeah, one at the south and one at the end of the hall.
Okay. Okay. Is anybody going to follow?
Well, I'll follow.
Okay. So you guys enter, and you find yourself at the base of a stairwell. And then in one direction, at the end of the corridor, there's empty bulletin boards that are lining it. And the other direction are the stairs leading to a metal landing. You all feel an overwhelming sense of emptiness in this room. There's the stairs themselves are covered in grime and rust and just disuse. There is only one light in this room. It's half of a strip in the ceiling. And it's just flickering. Oh, I should make it flicker. I can do that in here.
Whose turn? Devin, you're still going?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, would you like to do anything?
So it's like empty stairs and a flickering light.
Yeah, and then are you going to kind of walk down and explore further?
I guess.
So you do
yeah.
see
I got
now
that.
that you kind of round the corner, you see a vending machine
Oh.
along the wall.
Can I check it out and see what they got?
Yeah. So why don't you roll me a fatigue test, please?
Okay. Oh, good.
Okay, you succeeded. Awesome. Okay. You walk up to it and I guess you press a button on it, right?
I mean, I was just gonna look and see, but I mean, I passed. So yeah, I pressed the button.
Okay. So you all of the buttons for the drinks, they're all just jet black. So I guess you randomly choose one, you press it, and you hear a rumbling sound inside the vending machine, and the very familiar clatter of a soda can lands at the bottom.
I'll go to grab it.
Okay, you pick it up, and you read the label, and it's branded Goblin Extreme, and that's extreme with just an X.
Oh. Cool.
And it's cold.
Ooh.
And it seems very inviting. You can almost feel the fizziness, the carbonation in your throat. Because you've been traversing these mazes for some time.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna run over to this corner and be like, "Hey guys, look at what I found!" I'm gonna pop it.
Okay, it opens exactly like, and this smells like your favorite soda. What would your favorite soda? What would Devin's favorite drink be?
A Topo Chico lime.
Okay, it tastes like, or it smells like a Topo Chico lime.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna take a swig.
Okay, you feel invigorated. You down the entire thing, and you get respite. So you get a D8 back that will reduce your fatigue. Nice.
This Goblin Extreme is good. I've never heard of it before, but I like it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, there's a vending machine down there.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'm pretty fatigued, so I'm gonna go over there and do that. So I interact, so I just do a D6, right?
No, actually, hang on, let me see. So I think it's, where is it?
D100. Right?
Yeah, no, you gotta you have to perform a
fatigue
fatigue test to see if it happens.
Oh no. I should have rested before he cursed this room.
Okay, well, we know what that means. I need you to go ahead.
Stumble against the machine and just like punch the button, and I guess nothing happens.
Yeah.
RC Cola comes out.
But what I need you to do also is roll me a D100, please. 57.
I would have passed with that. Just barely.
Okay, so what is a Pierre? What is that? A P-I-E-R-R-O-T? What is that?
Pierrot.
Yeah, what is that? This is
an
what
alternative
appears to
form
you.
of.
Parrot.
It's a mime. It's
Okay,
like
it's a
pantomime.
mime. Okay. So as you do this, you punch the machine or whatever, and off the landing, this white creepy mime appears, head to toe in white. They have these long claw-like fingers, jagged, spiky black makeup. It's dancing around the room, just giggling, and slashing at the wall. So it's cutting the walls to pieces and dancing around. And what would you guys like to do as it runs toward you with its claws?
Which direction is it running
Yeah,
from?
which direction? So you guys can go back the way you came, or you can. There's a southern door right here. So I'll say it comes from over here. Sorry, dang, I can't click. It's like over here.
So it like just pops up right next to me from like the side of the vending machine. It just like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I piss myself and then I run through. If it's still my interact, I guess, because it was my extreme Cola fail. So I'll dive through this door and get to take that bonus fatigue.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be subsumed here shortly.
Yeah. So also roll me a D100 as you do this.
Yeah.
I also need you to roll me another fatigue test to see if you dodge this thing.
Oh.
Okay, 79. You did, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. And
So you're
then you want a prompt for the room?
Yes.
52. Whew.
52. All right, let's see what we got here. So while this is going on, Dio and Devin, why don't you roll me? Are you guys following Damien down this way to try to escape this creepy mime?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, dang, another L shape. Okay, so let me draw it really quick here.
Can I throw my empty can at the mime and then close the door?
Yeah.
Or will I have to roll it?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so this one, you guys are all following. You guys all rolled your fatigue. You find yourself in another stairwell. How strange. But it is in an old house. There's a broken wooden banister lining several creaking landings. The stairs are covered in a horrible rotting green carpet, and a mess of cobwebs covers an old electric chandelier that hangs from above. But you also see a chairlift. It lines the outside of the walls of the stairs. Oh, did you roll how many doors it has?
Oh, yeah. One door.
One door. Okay. Where do you want the door to be?
I mean, let's put it where it makes sense at the end of the L.
Okay. There we go. Would you like to do anything, Damon? You guys slam the door behind you, and again, you're greeted with silence. With the exception of the creaking of the stairs under your weight.
I would like to rest.
Okay.
Just like lean against the wall and just because I'm over half fatigue. I'm in like 61.
Yeah.
So
okay. So you can roll a
so I
D8.
roll like a D100 and just reduce that from my. Right? Nice big deep breath.
Oh, nice.
I fucking hate mimes.
You got 8, and then Dio, you did too?
Yep.
Awesome. Oh, Devin, you're resting too. You guys are all resting.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Which means I gotta put the triple D in here. So we know you've rested. Okay. So it's still your turn, Devin. I'll still let you interact with the room after you get some rest if you'd like. So like I said, it's a stairwell. It's a long stairwell with a landing. There is a chairlift that is attached to the stairwell. but that's about it. There's no windows, just that single door at the other end.
Whose turn is it?
It's yours. You're still the active player.
Oh.
I'll just say you can interact if you'd like. Otherwise, you can pass it on.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pass it on. We'll just say that I'm still catching my breath.
Okay. So then, Dio, I think you're up next.
Yeah. So I'll go through the only door there is.
Okay. So why don't you roll me a D100, please? 71.
11.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, you said, oh shit, I read the wrong one. 11, okay.
Oh.
11, okay.
11 fatigue too.
Oh shit. All right, let me draw this. So you find yourself in a corridor. Did you roll how many doors?
1.
1. Do you want it to be at the end of the
Yeah.
hall? Okay. So you step inside. And this is a butcher aisle in a grocery store. Wall-to-wall glowing neon fridges. They appear to be stocked with meat. And that is where the light is coming from. And you can kind of just barely see an exit, another door, but it's inside the refrigerator at the other end here, or the freezer.
It's inside the freezer.
Yeah, so you'd have to open up the go in through the door.
Yeah, I guess I'll approach the door and open it.
Okay. Well, you already explored this,
Oh,
so
that's
that would
right.
be. Do you want to do anything? So again, like all of the walls have these meat freezers in them. They all have doors that you can open, and there's just these carcasses hanging down from these hooks.
No, I think I'll end my turn there.
Okay. And I think that's where we're going to end it tonight, everybody. So we'll check it out next week to see what this mysterious freezer section in the grocery store is, I guess. But thank you so much, chat, for hanging out with us for the stream. I know it's late for a lot of you people out there. And thank you, Glintlock, for the dungeon draw, man. It's a pretty cool tool. I highly suggest you guys go check it out. Go check him out at glumdark.com for any cool dark fantasy, science fiction roll tables. Thank you, Carl Casey, for the tunes. And thank you guys for playing. And that's all we got tonight. Anything else you want to chat before we drop?
Are we, I mean, I want to die. But also, should we continue playing this game? Like, are we going to set up another one of this? I know we really didn't talk about that.
Yeah.
And
We
pretty
can.
far
I
along.
mean, well, let us know, chat. Do you want to see them continue into the liminal spaces to see what happens? Yes. Okay.
Either
Insane Ozo says yes.
Die or escape, right?
We
We can't just leave it like this.
The object is to
that's
escape,
right.
but yeah, for sure.
Okay.
So
Well,
yeah,
then let's just set up. We will let you know.
we'll let you know. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna go to a thank you screen, and are we gonna raid tonight, or is there nobody on?
Sure. Let me remember all of those things.
All right.
And log into the thank you screen. Authorize. Yes, you can look at my stuff. And yeah, let's see. Let's raid. You know what? Let's raid Critical Role. I think they'll appreciate it. you
Yeah.
know?
They need some more viewers. Cool. Anything you want to announce for Weekly Scroll coming up, or is that still TBD?
So we did an episode today. Definitely go check that out when it drops. We did Gangs of Titan City from Soul Muppet and talked with Jelly Muppet, who runs Soul Muppet Publishing there. So that'll be a couple of new episodes. That's it for the week. But next week we've decided to do Mouse Ritter.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So someone will hear it and maybe run it. We'll see what happens with that. But I think that's a plan for the next one. We keep having plans for what the next one is, and then something comes up and then we tweak it a little bit. So the next 3 or 4, the next like 5 or 6 are planned out, but in what order depends on kind of like when they show up, maybe. So Mouse Ritter will be next Sunday, I believe. And that's about it for
cool.
What's happening with the weekly scroll. So yeah, we'll hit that BRB screen and I'll dig for a raid while we're doing that.
Right on. And thank you for hanging out with us, everybody in the chat, and the YouTube viewers who are going to check this out when I upload it tomorrow. And if you're not subscribed to our YouTube channel, you guys here on Twitch, highly suggest it. You can check out all our VODs there, and we're getting close to 1,000, so we would appreciate it. But all right, well, we will see you guys next time. Thanks again.
Bye.